Welcome back. Let's turn our attention now to some of the top stories we tracked at the courts.
President Goodluck Jonathan has asked the Court of Appeal to strike out a suit challenging his eligibility to seek a second term. He raised a technical point on why the appeal by a member of his party, the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Ciriakos Njoku, should not be entertained. Dr. Jonathan said the appeal filed against him did not comply with Order 18, Rule 2 of the Court of Appeal rules. He asked the court to dismiss the appeal because the time within which Mr. Njoku ought to file his brief of argument had elapsed. In 2012, Mr. Njoku had approached the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory to declare that President Goodluck Jonathan was spending his second term in office as the nation's leader. He said the 1999 Constitution does not make provisions for separate elections for the office of the President and Vice President, adding that the ticket with the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua in 2007 made it President Jonathan's first term in office. But on March the 1st, 2013, Justice Mudashiru Oniyogi said President Jonathan could contest in 2015. Dissatisfied with the judgment, Njoku headed for the Court of Appeal, Abuja Division. Staying at the Court of Appeal, last week Friday, the Abuja Division of the court freed a former chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Capital Market, Honorable Herman Hembe, saying he had no case to answer in corruption charges filed against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The EFCC had accused Honorable Hembe of converting an estimated 600,000 naira given to him by the Securities and Exchange Commission to travel to the Dominican Republic for a conference in October 2011. In a unanimous decision, a panel of justices of the Court of Appeal held that Honorable Hembe did not commit any offense to warrant him facing trial. The Court of Appeal also held that the incident over which Hembe was charged was an administrative oversight for which he should have been asked to make a refund. Describing the trial as a waste of judicial time, Justice Pt.2 consequently quashed the charges and discharged and acquitted Hembe. Honorable Hembe and his deputy, Chris Azubogu, who was charged along with him over the alleged offense, had pleaded not guilty during their arraignment. In another case, the Bayelsa state government has sued the EFCC over the commission's alleged refusal to remit back to it funds recovered from convicted ex-governor Duprier Alamesia. In a suit now before Justice Ademola Adeniyi of the Federal High Court, Abuja, the state claimed that 1.4 billion naira and another $1.3 million were recovered from Mr. Lamisia on his conviction by the Federal High Court, Lagos. The state, among other things, wants the court to declare as corrupt acts the refusal of the commission to remit back to it the recovered funds. It also urged the court to declare that the decision by the EFCC to continue trading with the funds by way of funds placement/fixed deposits is an act of corruption and an economic crime contrary to Sections 6 and 7 of the EFCC Establishment Act 2004. In Lagos, former socialite Fred Ajudua last week Wednesday filed a fresh bail application before Justice Kudura Jose of the State High Court in Ikeja. Mr. Ajudua and one Charles Orie are being prosecuted by the EFCC for alleged financial scam. Both men are standing trial for allegedly defrauding two Dutch businessmen of $1.69 million. Mr. Ajudua's counsel, Mr. Charles Odosonwa, SAN, urged the court to grant him bail on liberal terms. The lawyer said there was overwhelming medical evidence before the court that Mr. Ajudua was suffering from a life-threatening ailment. The judge has, however, adjourned the matter till March 20 to hear the arguments of the EFCC opposing the bail. And we round off with the trial of Paralympic athlete Oscar Pistorius, which entered its 10th day last week Friday for a charge of shooting and killing his girlfriend, River Steenkamp. There were questions about conflicting police accounts, allegations of possible tampering, accidental or otherwise, with evidence at the scene of the crime. There was also controversy about which police officer arrived at the crime scene first, Whether it was the original lead investigating officer, controversial Detective Hilton Bota, or Van Rensburg, the former commander of the police station nearest to Pistorius' home, there were major differences in the testimonies of the two officers, which proved embarrassing for South Africa's police service. The suspect, Oscar Pistorius, however, remained composed on the 10th day of trial. He was even sporting a new haircut. Court officials have confirmed that evidence in the trial will continue to be presented until the court goes into recess on April the 4th, an extension of 2 weeks, unless both sides complete witness testimony before then.
And just before we go, Nigeria's premier law abode, the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, has celebrated its 35th anniversary. As part of activities to mark the event, the Institute organized an award for media excellence to reward the efforts of the media at nation building. Details in this next report.
It's the 35th anniversary of the Nigeria Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, and the Institute is rewarding the effort of the media in nation building. The event afforded the past and present leadership of the Institute an opportunity to go down memory lane to assess the contribution of the Institute to the development of the legal profession.
The Institute is on the news almost every day, and that is a good thing, playing a fundamental role in the development of this country. They used to have been playing roles not only legally, but also socially and economically too. We're a big think tank to the federal government.
8-time winner of the Nigeria Media Merit Award for Best Television Station in Nigeria, Channels Television was among the 9 recipients of awards in different categories. Channels Television received the award for the friendliest media house, while its judiciary correspondent, Shola Shoyele, received the award as an outstanding media friend of the Institute.
In this time and era, we have what I consider to be the freest press ever, and very diverse, robust in engagement and in comments, and very, very fearless, as the case may be. People should also recognize, and we do at the Institute recognize, that they are always there for you, and they help you, get the kind of visibility, not you as an individual, but what you are doing.
The Institute hopes that this award will encourage the media to contribute to national development.
And it's on that pleasant note that we end today's episode of the program. Please feel free to interact with me via email, Facebook, or Twitter. I am Shola Shoyele. Thank you for watching.